Hey everyone, welcome again. And it is now about 5:40 in the morning on the 28th of April, 2015. Again, recording this early or this late, depending on what way you look at it, because I am quite insane. But you already knew that. So, yesterday, Saturday, the 27th, which is the date that's going on this video, um, well, first let's back up. No. Fuck. No. Monday the 27th. Today's Tuesday. I don't fucking know. Well, first of all, I'm so used because, well, yesterday I went down to Chicago because because one of my friends, and Jess, got super worried, and after because Jess, she got super worried, um, after I posted on Facebook about how I wanted to just kind of, as how I was just considering giving up streaming and all that stuff. So she asked me to go down there for a day or two, and and I had yesterday off. I have today off too, and said, you know what? Why not? So I went down there. Of course, as per usual, I got out of here like 2 hours after I wanted to. Ended up getting delayed for over an hour on the way because, number one, I always underestimate traffic in Chicago. Number two, I went looking for food on the way, and and I had to fill up my gas tank, and all that took a bunch of time, and yeah. So I get down there, and it's already like 3:30, 4 o'clock. It's already like 4:30 when I get down there, and yeah. So Jess, she lives in fucking Hyde Park. Okay? I mean, and with her partner and their 2 kids. I'm actually not sure how that whole family dynamic works, but whatever. It's really not my business. Whatever. You know, I don't know a whole lot about that family. You know, like I know Jess pretty well. She organizes the Chicago group that I've been going to for over a year now. Um, I know I know Jess's trans daughter. Who is who has become a pretty close friend. And of course, my closest friend is one of that daughter's partners. So yeah, just strange interconnectivity here. In fact, Jess is the one who suggested the Milwaukee, the genderqueer Milwaukee thing to me. This is like last April already. This is a year ago already. So yeah. So I get down there, and we took a walk. took a little walk together, and I kind of explained. I tried to explain the whole the whole streaming thing, the whole video game thing, but you know, Jess is like early 40s, and, and she's a little younger than my mom, but not by much. And well, her daughter, who lives up here, is also I think a little younger. I think she's a couple years younger than me. Not sure, but whatever. But yeah, I mean, fucking, and I ate dinner there. Watched the basketball game with the, you know, with the with their son there, and Bucks Bulls, I'm like, I was a Bulls fan way back, but I I'll support I'll support the Bucks by default, but because Milwaukee, but and of course it was a little easier because because the kid there is a Bulls fan, and after I got done explaining to him that even Milwaukee doesn't care much about the Bucks. I mean, basketball is very much a third sport here. And honestly, if we ever get an NHL team, that jumps above basketball in a heartbeat. Yeah. But I talked, I gave Jess's partner a little bit of the background, of, because I had never met her before today, so but yeah, but the and I don't. First of all, I don't deserve, especially if you don't want to see my room. Okay, I mean the stuff on my bed is what I have to move out of the way to get to my desk. I mean, the stuff that's still on the floor, and there's just much crap still on the floor, and the floor. I mean, there's there's like I don't know, maybe 4 feet between the bookshelf and the bed, and most of that is taken up by and there would be room to move around if I ever got around to cleaning this place up, but just by the time I think about doing it, it's either super late at night or right before I have to go to work, and by the time I get home, and I'm not thinking about it when I get on normally on my days off. Like, yeah, I know I have today off, but by the time I get by the time I wake up, because I'm going to bed, as soon as I upload, and honestly, I'm gonna stay asleep, and might wake up around noon, maybe. Even that might be a bad idea. But yeah. Or maybe I just say fuck it and stay up. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time we've done that. I mean, fuck. That's kind of what I did. On Monday and Tuesday, it's kind of what I did. 5 o'clock came around, it's like, fuck, I have to leave for work in 3 hours, so I was like, fuck it, I'm staying up. So, I did. But yeah. And then, so I'm driving back up Lakeshore Drive, from their place. I looked up and the prices. I suppose they would be about. They would be about normal for a house in the suburbs. And it's like they have a decent apartment. I mean, it's like, actually no, they have a pretty good apartment. 3 bed, 2 bath. No, 4 bed, 2 bath. I think. Yeah. Full size kitchen, all that. It's Hyde Park. But those things are like fucking $2,500 a month. I mean, like, my parents never made that. I mean, my parents never made that. My dad might have made that, his last year working, but shit. I mean, that, But yeah, I mean, if I were making enough to afford that, I would just fucking buy a house in the suburbs. But their jobs are in the city there, so. Whereas, I don't know. And it's just a culture shock. Honestly, it's a fucking honestly, it's a fucking class divide that, like, I can, like, my parents, like, my family really couldn't afford shit growing up. And, they made us think we could, but they couldn't. They, I mean, like, and, when Dad died, he had his car. We basically, when my dad died, basically, he had like $500 in a checking account, or in a savings account. And most of that was, from his back pay that he had just gotten. But pretty much the only thing that And basically, I got, half of the, half of the settlement. Grandma got his car. My sister got the other half of the settlement, and and she ended up getting most of, and she ended up, selling off most of the stuff, most of the appliances and stuff, and she's given me enough to, to, like she was supposed to give me half of that, but she's given me enough help and rent over the years to cover that, and to cover the half that I was supposed to get from selling that stuff. Mostly, I mean, there's, the four-wheeler and whatever. I don't know. I get to talking about this shit, and it's just, I'm just not used to having anyone to talk to. Fuck, that's why that's why I started, and that's why I started the fucking YouTube thing back in the day. Because I didn't have anyone to talk to about anything. And yeah. I still don't feel completely comfortable about it. Like I can't just, I just don't feel right just, calling up someone and talking to them about it, about anything. I mean, I don't know. But so I'm driving back up Lakeshore, and just it kind of reminded me just a lot of just why I had just why I'd always kind of I just love that city. I mean, let's be honest, and that is when I was fully ready to go down there for college, like at one point, I was fully ready to transfer down there to UIC, but that didn't work out. And then, but yeah, at this point, I'm just like, all right, I'll stick it out up here, as long as I can. But I'm, if I can get it, if I can, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how any of this stuff's gonna turn out, to be honest. And like, I'm gonna try to get more serious about this video game thing. Try to get as serious as I was back in the old days. Back when I would actually upload stuff. And I do have the one Crusader Kings video uploaded, but I can. I have like 5 more in the hopper with, plus a load of Age of Mythology videos. Going back, let's go back to like 2013, but you know, but a few of them are, from last week. So I could try to get those uploaded. And, I mean, we'll see. And I used to get a bunch of... I actually used to get a bunch of views with Need for Speed. Like, I would, play old Need for Speed games with, just on a virtual machine. So, I don't know. I could probably get some of that going again, but like this is still very much, me just spitballing. Me just saying I'm trying to figure out how I can keep this going. Because I mean it's just and I don't know. I can't give it up. I mean, I mean, fuck. I know I need that fucking, that performance aspect of it. That live performance aspect. And I know, and like just the Let's Plays, they don't cut it. Well, just these, they don't really fucking cut it. I mean, fucking. I mean, and I don't have the I don't have the attention span for long form stuff. Like I can't like well, first of all, I do have a script written for like maybe it's like a minute and a half video. Like it's a 1-page script. It's basically my promo video for a Patreon that exists, but it's probably going to change. I mean, I don't know. I'll think of something. Anyways, I will. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna start streaming. Maybe something will come to me. Anyways, yeah, I'll upload this, and I guess that's all for right now. Oh yeah, I drank way too much caffeine on the way back. I did stop and pick up a prescription refill, so that's gonna be all right. Got my I probably should just pay the fucking rent. I got my credit card paid for for this month. I got everything. I probably should just fucking pay it. I mean, well, I'll let it wait until like next week or so. Yeah, I will. See y'all soon, hopefully. I mean, fuck.